do you have the authority to prevent further attacks on our people?
Well, there's a funny story about that. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. I went to King Rokko, and he kind of kicked me in the butt and laughed.
Oh, shucks.
So now I'm kind of like a free agent doing my own thing. Da-da-da-da, free Admiral Sharn.
So what are you planning on doing then?
Well, I said I'd meet you here, so here I am. Da-da-da-da. He does a little backflip. Does he succeed? No. Lands on his head, gets back up again. Da-da! Haven't prepped at all. So I'm just gonna kill him. All right. I think that's the key. That's gonna be the key. I'll just kill them all. All right. Yes. So welcome to Nordmark. This is session 22, I think. I've lost track. And everyone's going on a little trip to visit a mad goblin king. I think it's going to be totally fine, but I would like to issue a warning to my players right now, live. You can always run away. So yeah, who wants to start the game? As in, who's up for playing is what I meant. not who wants to DM. that will still firmly be my job, unfortunately.
It wins the end.
Oh, good news, everyone. Ben's offered to DM. I'm saved.
Hey.
You all meet in a jail. But it is a jail of your own creation.
This keeps happening.
And inside is Aegis. It is a hole in the ground, and there is a grating above it of silver. And inside this pit is Aegis looking up at you all. And he goes, so, you're gonna throw some food in, right?
I imagine he'd have been placed in there with food and water.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Well, yeah, but I kind of already ate that.
Sucks to be you, dude. One night you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Stonk throws a ration down.
Nice. Aegis gets on all fours and eats it with his mouth, and you hear a lot of eats it with his mouth as if there's any other way to eat something, but doesn't use hands, doesn't pick it up or anything, just eats it off the ground with his mouth, and you can hear snarling.
Tattle walks up and lures down a little dog bowl full of cider.
Yeah, he goes for that as well. The sheriff approaches Sheriff Cletus Fairburg Jr. Moses on over, holding his belt, and he looks at this and says, "You know, this isn't right. I mean, I'm happy to watch over you, old man Aegis for you, but I don't know. I really feel like we should be doing something to fix this situation promptly and immediately. And I don't know. I don't like this."
Cletus, you know that these days I'm more on the straight and narrow. So trust me when I say I'm working on it. There's magics that can fix this other than the crazy powerful stuff they use on me. I'll figure it out in due course, but it's gonna take me time. You can't rush genius, friend.
I'm not asking for genius. I'm kind of just asking for mediocre, if possible. And I figured, you know, you four would be the people to turn to for that.
We'll get it done, but it's gonna take time. It's
all right. Well, are you still on for the gumbo?
Yeah.
Excellent. I was going to invite all the best people of Airedale for a good old pot of gumbo delicious.
Oh, shucks, Cletus. I'm glad you think of us as the best people. I know I am, obviously, but this ragtag...
Everyone loves you, Stonk. Right.
Personally, I prefer Melamel.
Roll initiative. Tattle versus every single member of Airedale. Right. So, what's the plan? Like, you have a plan for how you want to approach this. Tell me what this plan is.
Shall I take the lead on that? It's kind of... I've like set all this up.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Imp, a month-ish ago, sent a goblin back to their leader with a letter detailing the details for a time and a place to meet, an entourage of theirs to be brought back to the King Gobbo for an audience so that we can negotiate maybe some trade, information of anything that they might be having trouble with, and maybe even broker a deal whereby Airedale's residents don't get ambushed anymore.
That does sound good. So the plan is to meet in neutral ground.
The vineyard was neutral once upon a time.
It was. It's now definitely not. But yeah. So shall we cut to that? We'll call this free movement straight over to the vineyard, because you can just sort of do it at your own pace. You know, you're not really expending any resources to get there because there's going to be food when you arrive, right? You don't need to really worry about that. So we'll mosey you all on over to the formerly wrecked vineyard, which now looks really nice. It's it's been rebuilt quite well. There's vines that have been planted up against the brickwork to looks like they'll climb up there in a couple of summers' times. The actual vineyards themselves have been cleaned out and replanted and restaked, and you think there might be a nice-ish crop. The first crop is usually not very good for grapes. You usually need to wait a year or two, but you know, initially it's looking nice. It's certainly way better than last time. And you turn up. Do you turn up at the designated time, or do you reckon you'd go a bit early?
Oh, early.
Early.
Probably like a half day or even a full day early to set ourselves up. So if things go pear-shaped, we want to be in an advantageous position.
Sure. So you set yourselves up early, and Frida gives you the keys and just says, you know, don't break anything.
We would never, darling. I am a professional.
Doubt.
Castle lad basically chokes on her words.
So you're there. You're setting up a day early. Is there any specific prep you want to do beforehand?
I mean, input from the others would also be appreciated because there's got to be angles I'm not thinking of. But having 2 people out in the open, whoever's most comfortable with that, and then the other 2 hidden away, just in case, is what I'm thinking.
That sounds good. Is everyone else okay with that?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
I think Stonk would be okay with being out in the open because maybe he can talk some sense into these goblins.
That is
Yeah.
an excellent idea. Imp will be up next to Stonk then.
Okay, the 2 most charismatic characters in the party are gonna wait for the goblins. So you wait, and there was an agreed upon time. We'll say it's mid-afternoon or something. The day after, and so you wait, and that time comes around, and then that time passes, and there's no sign of any goblins. How long do you reckon you'd wait?
After the first hour, Imp's gonna be feeling real fidgety.
Stonk needs his beauty sleep. Oh.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. I think what Tattle's going to do is she's probably going to wild shape into a squirrel and sit on Imp's shoulder,
Okay.
just looking like a pet or something, and just sort of tapping them if she sort of observes anything.
Okay. Well, eventually, and I'm not going to roll perception for this. I would ordinarily, but this is going to be pretty obvious because you hear this fell scraping sound against the ground. It's low and long and sounds like fingernails on a blackboard. And in between, it lasts for about 2 or 3 seconds and then stops for about a second or 2, and then lasts for 2 or 3 seconds again. And gradually you can hear this in the air, and you can't really see anything causing it yet, but you can hear it. And then as it gets closer, it gets louder and louder and louder. Do you do anything in response to this sound?
I cast armor of Agathis.
Okay, you armor up. Anyone else doing anything?
Tattle's going to hold her position on Imp's shoulder. Maybe wiggle her toes a bit.
Okay. Stonk?
I think Stonk's just gonna be confident.
That's good. And a 1 in question mark?
There's a little murmur coming from under a 1 in question marks hat.
Okay. And just so you know, your audio's doing that thing again.
Boo.
But yep, okay, so there's this little murmur coming under a 1 in question marks hat. And then eventually you hear it. I think probably the highest perception here is going to be Tattle. So Tattle, you hear it first. This scraping, then pause, then scraping, then pause. But now in the pause you can hear something else. And what you can hear is da 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 Admiral Sharn, and then scrape, and then da 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 Admiral Sharn, and then scrape, and then da 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 Admiral Sharn, and scrape, and then over this distant hill, you can see a goblin dragging a rowboat over the hill. On the land, going da 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 Admiral Sharn. He appears to be on his own. And it's going to take another hour to get to you, but he continues doing that in this pace, just dragging this rowboat.
Can I suggest that we just move up to meet him?
You can do that, absolutely.
Cut that time short.
Totally. Go for it, sir.
If Imp's going to go up to meet him, Tattle's just going to sort of keep an eye out from their shoulder.
Okay. Stonk and a 1 in question mark, are you going?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stonk's going.
Okay. So as you approach, you see this small goblin wearing a tricorn hat and beams at you, and it's like, I made it, almost on time, not quite on time. I am 5 hours late, but I made it. 5 hours, 12 minutes, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. But I made it.
Sharn, let's just. Are you taking us to the king?
The king? Well, no, I'm here because you wanted to have a talk.
Right, to discuss terms, but do you have the authority to prevent further attacks on our people?
Well, there's a funny story about that. I went to King Rokko, and he kind of kicked me in the butt. And laughed.
Oh, shucks.
So now I'm kind of like a free agent doing my own thing. Free Admiral Sharn.
So what are you planning on doing then?
Well, I said I'd meet you here, so here I am. He does a little backflip. Does he succeed? No. Lands on his head, gets back up again.
Out of character, I love Admiral Sharn. Okay.
That's a little time with the one on it.
Right. Okay. Admiral Sharn, riddle me this. If we were to turn up on their doorstep, what do you think's going to happen?
Oh, you'd definitely get shot. Yeah, absolutely. They have big crossbows.
What would happen if the king were to die?
Well, then there'd be a new king, wouldn't there? There'd be a new goblin to rule them.
There would. How about if that new goblin was you?
King Admiral Sharn. I love it. Let's do it.
We should. We're going to need your help, though, because we need to be able to get in, deal with the king, and get out, and then we can deal with you.
What do you mean by deal with me? That doesn't sound good.
Negotiate. Make a deal with, you know?
Oh, right, like we're doing now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we could just do it now. What do you want?
Information. Anything dangerous that needs to be dealt with. We're very good at dealing with dangerous things. And protection from the goblins.
I can do that. I can give you something dangerous that needs to be dealt with.
Uh-huh.
So, there's this king of goblins called King Rokko. Very dangerous. That's probably it, apart from, that big machine in the swamp.
A shard of, just cloudy silver flows out of the hand, starts to form into the shape of a blade, and then dissipates. And Imp is very visibly quite tense and don't stab the goblin yet.
You want safety? Don't worry. Admiral Sharn will keep you safe.
Right. Get us there, get us in, we'll do the rest.
I'm the most powerful goblin alive, for I have the orb of time! And skips off and then stops as the rope he's carrying, which is attached to the boat, just goes donk. And it's like, oh yeah, gonna need a hand with this.
Uh-huh.
Well, how else are you gonna get in if not by boat? King Rokko. I know secret entrance. It's not very secret, but it'll work. Trust me. Trust old Sharny.
Well, let's get there first, and then we'll do a little recon and figure things out from there.
Great. You there, Bugbear. Lift this up for me.
I'll lift it up. I trust you, Sharn, Admiral.
Excellent. He gets in the boat that you're about to lift up. Give me a strength check, please.
Okay. That's a 14.
You're fine. You lift it up. Admiral Sharn stood on the front and is like, let's go. Pulls out a little dagger and just holds it forwards. And you're like, to the river. The only problem is not all of you can fit in this thing. So we're going to have to work something out. But we'll deal with that as we go. Admiral Sharn. Yeah.
It's just my back.
So you've met Admiral Sharn, who has a plan to get you into King Rokko's castle. How are we all feeling about this? How confident are we?
I'm going to remain a squirrel until further notice.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Yeah.
I think
I'm
at
gonna
this
take
point, Stonk is so smitten with Admiral Sharn that he would risk his life for him. Like, he's totally into this.
Admiral Sharn actually kind of leans down and looks at you and just goes, "You know what's weird?
What?
That squirrel pet thing. I swear it's looking at me like it knows me."
I thought just
Maybe
tilts
a
her
weird
head.
squirrel.
It's a squirrel, mate. Chill out.
Well, I'm glad you brought snacks. We'll roast that squirrel over a fire later. Da, 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 da. Just not in the boat. Don't set a fire in the boat. I tried that once. Not a good idea.
You are asking to be stabbed.
No. We stab the squirrel and then put it over the fire. That's
Uh-huh.
Do you not get this?
Oh no, I get this fine. Please just lead the way.
Da, 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 da. Let's go. Okay. So you're you're able to you're able to go. You're able to hit the water with Admiral Sharn. So when you get to the river, and Admiral Sharn asks Stonk to set the boat down in the water and hops in and says, "Okay, this thing can only take 3 other people. Who's coming with me?"
Hold up. There's only 3 other people here. There's myself, Squirrel, Tattle, and Stonk. Squirrel's not a person, it's a squirrel.
Well, I mean, oh yeah.
That's
Well, I'll be
not
fine
sweet.
then. Hop in. We'll roast the squirrel first, though. Let's hand it over. Hand it over.
No, we get going now.
But I'm hungry.
Squirrel's our friend, man. Be chill.
The fisher's thought hands over a preserved fish.
Can I get a persuasion check from Stonk? I'm gonna say with advantage with the help from Imp and a 1 in question mark.
That is generous of you.
I think both combined to enough help.
Mm-hmm.
That's 27.
27. There we go. All right. Admiral Sharn looks at you and goes, yeah. I'll take fishes instead. You can have weird pet. All right. And he just eats the fish whole, just like straight down, and then hops in the boat and says, "Let's go."
Funny to fish.
Who's gonna row it? Only I don't know if you know much about boats, but they don't go as fast uphill as they do downhill.
How about we walk and pull the boat along behind us on the river?
That sounds great. And he sits down and like stretches his legs in the boat. Tosses you a rope. Get pulling.
Uh-huh. Let me think. How can I best Okay, here's the plan. Makes me sad that I'm burning both my spell slots this early, but this is fine. I'm gonna cast Hex on him to give him disadvantage on Wisdom, I suppose, would be the thing.
Okay. First up, you are casting Hex, right?
Right.
Hex has verbal and somatic components, so
Oh yeah,
Admiral
no, I don't care.
Sharn is
I don't
going to
care.
notice.
He sees me cast it, yes.
Oh yeah. So looks at you like, interpretive dance, huh?
Yeah. So this is what my intention here, and Im would absolutely know what they're aiming for, is to whatever the contested check would be to convince him of something. That's the one I'm giving a disadvantage on.
It's not a contested check at all to convince someone of something. It is simply a persuasion check.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Okay, so I guess I'm not casting Hex then.
No, you can make a persuasion check if you want, though.
Oh no. What I'm gonna do is make sure the boat is stuck on the thing, and then throw the rope to Admiral Sharn and say, "Lead the way."
I can't do that from in the boat.
No, you can't.
Well, then I guess we're stuck. And he folds his arms and sits down.
Mm-hmm.
And starts humming to himself.
Okay, right. You really don't want to be king, do you?
I want to be king, but first thing I gotta do as a king is let other people do the work.
Right, you're not a king yet.
I didn't become an admiral without delegating either.
You're gonna become dead if you keep trying my patience.
Roll me intimidation.
17.
17, not bad, considering you have a negative charisma modifier.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 and I have a -1 on intimidation.
He's genuinely intimidated and says, all right. Hops out of the boat. Who's going in the boat then? Are we all just dragging it?
If you want to keep it, you can drag it or you can dump it. I don't much care.
I'm not getting rid of my boat. What kind of admiral doesn't have a boat?
Well, drag it along then.
Fine. Yeah, takes the rope, starts pulling it along the road. You hear that scraping and you hear that theme song.
Oh no, aren't we following the river?
Oh yes, you are. So it's in the water, pulling it along. Yeah,
It's easier to pull along if nothing else.
all right. Travel pace. You will go at half speed because Admiral Sharn is trying to pull a boat.
Okay, no. We're going fast or normal because we ain't stealthing.
It's your choice.
Can we go faster if someone helps pull the boat as well?
Yeah, I think so. What I will need though is I will need Constitution saves to avoid exhaustion. Pulling the boat for this long. Otherwise, I was going to have Admiral Sharn have exhaustion, but
Yeah, I think Stonk would be okay.
I'm really happy with Admiral Sharn having exhaustion.
well, it depends if you need him to pass tests or checks in order to get you into the castle.
This is true.
I think we want to stay on good terms with him until we've gotten in, right?
Yep. Okay. So you take the rope as well, and then Admiral Sharn lets go of the rope and sits on your shoulders and goes, I like you. You're always willing to help out. You understand rank, and I approve of that.
No, it's not really a matter of rank as I see it. It's more like, just doing a good deed.
Well, that's good of you, but do understand that I outrank you in any situation. And then he hops back down and grabs the rope again. It's like, let's go. All right. So what pace are you taking? You are no longer to be at half speed.
Normal or fast. What are people thinking?
Sounds fine.
Chitort is always happy to get food if we go at normal pace, but Imp's expedition?
Question, by the way. Has Tattle's wild shape worn off yet?
How long does wild shape last? It's a couple of hours, isn't it? Or an hour?
Yeah, I think it's based on your level. Hang on, let me double check.
A number of hours based on level, I believe. Minimum of 1.
Here we are. You can stay in beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down. Plus, that's just going to be an hour.
Yeah. So, has it been an hour? I don't think it's been an hour yet. No.
While we're walking, Tattle's Tattle is gonna hear in her mind, when this form of yours is about to run out, you should totally hop on the goblin's shoulder, but not only as you're about to turn back, because otherwise he's gonna try and take a chunk out of you.
Castle brushes the back of Imp's head with her tail to indicate she understands.
Excellent.
Okay. So, travel pace.
Normal, I think, because we've got somebody dragging the thing, and I don't want to make it more difficult for Stonk.
Okay, normal. So set your pace to 9 tokens. Does a 1 in question mark have the Fisher background? I forget.
Yes.
Sweet. So you've got free food from the river. And yeah, where would you like to go? Where's your next hex?
I believe it would be southeast.
Okay.
We're kind of following Sharn, aren't we?
Which way does Sharn go?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sharn is suggesting you follow the river basically like this. So
Yeah.
follow that river all the way down. So the next hex will involve a river crossing. So you will.
Sorry. Before we start moving,
Mhm.
can Stonk cast a spell?
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Stonk's going to cast enhance ability on himself to get bear's endurance, advantage on Constitution checks, and 2d6.
Very
temporary.
nice. Very nice. Because I was going to say the moment you move, I was going to need a Constitution save. So, move yourselves into there. The token cost for this 4 tokens as you cross the river. I will need a Constitution saving throw from Stonk.
Oh, with advantage, that's a nat 20. Plus.
Nice. Absolutely fine. You're basically doing it all by yourself. Admiral Sharn is not really pulling any of the weight, and it's absolutely fine for you. It is no problem at all carrying this along. And we move into a new token. And what have we got here? Let me just open up the tarot. It is the 6 of Pentacles. And okay, so you're walking along and you spot an unconscious person lying on the side of the road. They are injured. There is an arrow in their side and there is blood dripping from it onto the ground. They are still alive though. You can see them breathing. What would you like to do?
I think Stonk drops the boat and rushes over and is like, "Oh, are you okay?"
Okay, let me just do a saving throw for Admiral Sharn. Admiral Sharn falls in the river. You run up. They are unconscious, it seems. They're not rousing.
Yeah, Stonk's just going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, you cast Cure Wounds. Roll how much healing you give to this commoner.
Let's check. 1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier, so that's...
I think that guarantees them back to full health because I think they've only got 4 hit points. So yeah, that's fine. Their eyes flutter and then open and they see you right there, and they go yeah.
Are you okay? You seem quite disturbed.
I was attacked by so many goblins.
Well, I am glad you're okay now.
Looks at the arrow on the ground that was previously inside of him, and the sort of the blood-soaked arrow that's still wet because it sort of pinged out when you cast when you cured him, and he goes, "Oh, they shot me. I would have died if it wasn't for you. Wait, I know you. You're Stonk, right?"
Yeah, that's me.
Oh my god. And then starts to blush, and then it's just it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better now. Can we be of any more assistance?
No, I'll be fine. I'll just head home. I was out foraging for berries, and they took my sack, and it contained a little trinket from my first boyfriend before he passed away a few years back. I just guess it sucks to lose something like that.
That's a real bummer.
But it's nice to see you though, Stonk. You remind me of him. You don't look like, but it's a funny story, I guess. It was one of your concerts. when I first kissed him. And then he blushes again and goes, and maybe something a bit more.
Stonk visibly blushes as well. It's like, I'm glad you had such a good time at my concert. But yeah, sorry for your loss.
Yeah, thanks. It was the goblins that took him. Maybe I shouldn't be out here on my own, I don't know. If you see, it's a little wooden trinket. It's just a little spiral of wood. He carved it for me. I know it's silly, but if you see it, I'd love to have it back.
Where could we find you if we do happen to come across it?
Oh, well, Airedale.
Oh, I didn't know you were a local.
I live on the same street as you.
I don't always have the best memory for faces, I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, I suppose you must see a lot of them in being so famous and... Okay.
Well, I'll try to remember you, and we'll keep an eye out for your trinkets.
Thanks, Stonk. And he pats his pockets. Oh, I don't have my calligraphy tools. Anyone have a quill and ink?
Oh, shucks, that reminds me. I didn't think about bringing Kristen along.
Anyone? Anyone got a quill or ink? Any of you? Admiral Sharn gets out of the water and is like, what? I'm so wet. What happened? And he looks at Admiral Sharn and he pales like, Goblin! There's another one hides behind Stonk.
Just shoves Sharn back in the water while handing over the quill from his cartography kit.
Okay. Don't suppose you have any ink as well, right?
And ink, yes.
Okay, he takes that and he goes, Stonk, could you do me a favor? And takes his slightly ripped shirt and stretches out. Could you sign my shirt?
Oh, sure, that's no problem. Anything for I guess you're a fan, yeah.
That'd be great.
Song does it.
That'd mean the world to me. Russell's going to be so jealous.
Sorry.
What did you write, by the way? What do you reckon you would write when signing someone's shirt?
I think Stonk usually just writes something generic or like to the person if they tell their name to him, like for my biggest fan or something like that. Usually,
okay,
in this case, yeah.
Okay. So for my biggest fan, what, like keep rocking Stonk or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. I mean, mixed emotions as he disappears up the road. Having, on the one hand, lost one of the last reminders of his first boyfriend. On the other hand, though, met Stonk. Like, hard to really tell if it's been a bad day,
Well, nearly dying.
Yeah, nearly dying, but met Stonk. It's a bit, hard to tell. Admiral Sharn gets out of the water again and goes, who did that? Who pushed me in?
You fell because you're a klutz.
Roll me deception.
I wasn't expecting a roll for this, but sure. 12 total.
12. He does not believe you. Okay.
Those not here.
Would this be about time for Tattle's wild shape to run out?
Yes, this would be a terrible time for Tattle's wild shape to run out. So let's have that happen. Boom.
Okay. Just to be clear, as planned, I am going to jump onto Admiral Sharn's shoulder.
It's attacking me! Boom, and then collapses under you.
See, you're actually quite inclined to fall over for no apparent reason.
Oh, it's you again.
Me again.
Wait. Yeah, he met you last time. Yeah. Trying your tricks. You know, I almost ate you.
You almost made a terrible mistake.
I'm still not sure it was a bad idea. Don't test me or I'll try again. I'm the all-powerful Admiral Sharn.
Like I said, it was a terrible mistake.
Roll me intimidation, please. Getting all the social checks today with Admiral Sharn because Admiral Sharn has no idea how he's going to react at any moment.
Yeah. And just to be clear, she is literally getting up in his face.
Admiral Sharn's chaotic neutral in that he doesn't know what he's going to do next. He's the meme chaotic neutral, not an actual depiction of chaotic neutral. Admiral Sharn's a wild card, baby.
That's a 14.
14. Let me try. Does not work. And apparently I need to do a perception check from Admiral Sharn. That is going to be a 14.
Sharn does notice there's something different about the fisher turtle.
But would Sharn care?
I don't know, would Sharn care?
Yeah, I reckon so. Sharn's like, different. You changed your hat?
Nope, same hat.
Weird. I think you've got more than one token, by the way, because you would have started with 9 and you've spent 4. So you should, I think, be at 5. But yeah.
Yes, I'm having trouble altering it, so I've decided I'm going to stop poking it.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Thanks.
Okay, next up. Admiral Sharn obviously takes you into this next square, which still has a river on it, so you're still being fed by a 1 in question marks fisher abilities. And ooh, what card do we get? It's a face card. The Page of Wands.
So now we have one.
Yeah, now you have one. Okay. As you're traveling up the river, and you can see the hills ahead of you. From the south, not from the swamp though, but from the plains sort of skirting the swamp, you see a figure, and you see from quite a distance away this figure, because they're wearing a hat with 2 little blue wings on them, and there's like a flag strapped to their back. It's baby blue, and it flutters in the wind, and they're jogging towards you. They're about a mile away from, like, when you see them. They're about a mile away, so you've got plenty of time to prepare. How do you prepare for this?
Is this Captain America?
For your doom.
This person is very obvious and in very bright colors, and I get the impression they're not looking hostile.
They're obvious and in bright colors. Tattle, as you know, in nature, that can only mean they're highly venomous.
or they wish to give the impression of they're venomous while being harmless.
This could be.
Technically, that'd be poisonous, usually.
Depends. Wait until they bite you.
Me.
Would we be able? Would anyone be able to recognize the? Presumably, it's some sort of uniform.
Roll me a history check, please.
15.
15. I think 15's enough. Yeah, I think 15's enough. You are looking at Garaki's Broken Couriers Guild. They're runners who run across the entire... They'll run across the entire... Now, I would almost say globe, but... Is Aetos a sphere? Across the egg. And... yeah, they'll run anywhere and deliver a message. It's very expensive, but they'll do it. Absolutely. And yeah, this appears to be one of them. They're very rare these days, though. Anyone else preparing in any way before this courier arrives?
Oh, I will shove Admiral Sharn into the boat and tell him to keep his head down.
Ah, Admiral Sharn will hide. Very sneaky. And then starts humming his theme tune.
If you do anything without my say-so, I will stab you.
Roll me intimidation. If the low charisma character insists on constantly intimidating, it's gonna happen.
Somebody's got to keep him in line. And I rolled a 14.
14. Okay, let me see. He's not intimidated by this. I've been rolling consistently very well for Admiral Sharn's Am I Intimidated? Most of the time, I'm not doing a contested check here. It's sort of a random fortune roll for whether what their mood is at the moment, or what his mood is at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm basically doing like below 10, it's like, they can be intimidated. Above 10, they're immune because they are absolutely mad.
Well, either way, he's been warned.
Oh yes, gets down onto the boat and just you hear faintly. Okay, so the courier runs up to you, slightly out of breath, but not very out of breath for someone who's just run. Well, you don't know how far. And I'm going to roll a d4 for who this letter is for. That is interesting. Okay, I rolled a 4. Now for that means it's a 1 in question mark. So runs up to a 1 in question mark, and well, here's the thing. He knows your name.
Fine.
and says it out loud. Do you want to say your name?
Afrian.
Yes. Yeah, Afrian. You're the one. Yeah, you're the one. You match the description from the scrying. Okay. Can you sign here, please? And he hands you a quill and a bit of parchment, and it's just a little parchment that just says, I, Afrian, say that I have received this parcel. And there's a little space for it.
I sign it, but I also do magical tinkering on it.
Ooh.
For lols.
Yeah, absolutely.
It now glows. Sheds bright light in 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet.
Just starts glowing. Like, that's unusual, but I've seen weirder. Thank you very much. And hands over a letter for you. The letter is sealed, and the seal is a turtle shell.
Because of course it is.
Yes.
Is it a turtle shell or a turtle shell?
It is a turtle shell, yes.
That makes more sense.
It does. It does.
Wait, isn't that a bit like putting a skull on your letter?
It's more like putting a rib cage on your letter.
Yeah, it's metal as fuck. What are you saying?
Yeah. I'm going to tuck that away in my pack for later.
Courier salutes and runs off. It is now nighttime, so it's camping. It's camping time, glamping time.
Yeah.
Can I get a watch for you? Admiral Sharn will not be taking any watches.
Well, he already has a watch. It's just orb-shaped.
Yes, he knows. He always knows exactly what time it is.
That does remind me. Imp does have a watch. Imp has a silver watch to the tune of 50 gold pieces that I haven't sold, that I haven't converted.
I think Tattle will take first watch because
Okay.
she's basically thrilled to finally have some time without Admiral Sharn's constant do.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So you take first watch. Who's on second?
I'll take second. Why not?
Okay. So we've
who's
got
on first?
Imp on second. God damn! I thought someone was going to say that. Imp's on second. Tattle's on first. Who's taking third watch?
I'll do it.
Okay, Afrian is on third watch, and who is taking football? Stonk. Stonk is going to be on fourth watch. Let me roll a something. Okay. So, Tattle, your watch passes without incident, other than the extremely grating and annoying sound of Admiral Sharn.
I can turn into a
Admiral
wolf.
Sharn.
Now to tell the difference between the wounds. I've been in the water. He probably tastes quite good.
But that's it. That's all that happens this time. And then it is Imp. Imp on your watch. Again, nothing happens. Except the annoying and grating noise of Admiral Sharn snoring.
I would like to interrupt that, if I may.
Yes, go for it. What would you like to do?
Hand over his mouth. Poke him, not enough to stab him, but, little silver dagger, alabaster pommel. Poke him until he wakes up. Hand over the mouth so he doesn't scream. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to cast a little spell now. This spell is going to give me a look inside your head, and you're going to let me have
you take
all of the information I want.
3 points of piercing damage as Admiral Sharn bites your hand.
Excellent. Let me just mark that off.
But then, yes, you can absolutely cast this spell. What spell are you casting?
Detect thoughts.
Ooh, very interesting. What will you see inside Admiral Sharn's mind?
Before you do that, the first thing I'll get is surface thoughts before I do anything, because it takes like a full action anyway.
Okay. First of all, what you get is Admiral Sharn. But this time internally, you also get I hate this, bite.
Then I require a save, but give me a second.
It's probably wisdom. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Let me find Admiral Sharn's wisdom. It's probably not good. No. 4.
The DC is 12. Because this goes off my int, not my charisma.
So that's a failure. So now you can probe further, I believe.
Yes. Wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates.
Okay, I can answer the third one already. The thing looming large in Admiral Sharn's mind is that someone is currently attempting to suffocate him.
I'm not suffocating. Hands over the mouth, you can breathe through his nose.
Regardless, he's a little worried.
About something other than me?
No. No, just entirely about this situation. This is his greatest fear at the moment. Is that this might be how he dies. That's probably going to be the overarching looming sort of worry there. You also, though, you do get, as you said, you get reasoning, if any, it says in brackets. I think the answer is there's not much reasoning going on. To quote the Joker, he's like a dog chasing cars. And also we live in a society. And
yes.
His emotional state is currently stressed, but generally self-confident, but pretty stressed right now.
Okay. I've noticed across the courses today, Admiral Sharn, not yet king, that you are a little distractible, and I think you need a little bit of motivating to stay on course. So to help you with that, I'm going to take that orb of yours. Now, you're going to hand it over, or am I taking it?
My orb? No, wait, hang on. And you
I take my hand off his mouth to answer.
Well, you hear the surface 4 anyway, don't you? So
no, because the spell ended because of the wisdom save.
Oh, does it immediately end when you probe further? Okay, fair enough.
I have familiarized myself with that spell.
Fair enough. You take your hand and you're like, it's mine. I recovered it myself from the wreckage. I got away with it. The Orb of Time.
Uh-huh.
Mine.
Uh-huh.
Not giving it to you. You'll have to kill me.
I stab him.
Okay. Make an attack roll, please.
Not to kill him. I just want to make it clear that I am not messing about.
An attempt at a non-lethal stab. Okay.
Yes. That is
a gentle ribbing.
19 total.
19 total hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Okay, good damage. 3 plus 5 because my dex is 8 piercing.
All right. Admiral Sharn is now unconscious.
Excellent. Marvelous. I rummage through his things to find the orb.
Okay. For a second, though, I would like perception checks at disadvantage from Stonk and from Tattle and from Efrean, because that last bit was loud enough.
Yeah, well, I just slapped somebody, like, you know.
Also, now I think about it, yeah, detect thoughts would have been loud enough as well.
Well, yeah, it's got verbal components. So.
But yes, just see if that wakes them up, basically.
What do you roll?
Perception, but with disadvantage because you're asleep.
Hey, that's a natural 1 for an 8.
Okay, definitely not going to hear this.
I got a nat 20, but my second one was a 19 for a total of 24.
Okay, Freen, you hear this.
Two genders.
And we'll see how Stonk did as well.
Yeah, Stonk's got an 8.
Got an 8. Okay, so Stonk, you're still asleep. Tattle, you're still asleep. Efrean, you wake up suddenly hearing someone chanting. And then you, a second later, hear Admiral Sharn shout, "No! You'll have to take it from me!" And then it's up to you what you do in response to this, but you will probably arrive after Imp makes the next check to search the place, okay? If you decide to arrive, you might just decide to go back to sleep. Who knows?
Go check it out.
You're going to go check it out. Okay, so you all arrive after Imp has done this next check. So Imp, make me this is going to be a perception check to search around. It's going to be at disadvantage because you don't have a light source at the moment.
Okay, second roll. 15 total.
15's good. 15's good. So you find... Let me just... because this... okay, hang on a second. It's good, but I've just remembered goblins are very good at hiding things. That's kind of their whole thing. So I'm actually going to roll a previous stealth check for his stash, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I will say you find something, but do you find... Oh, no, you do. I've rolled badly. So he got a 12. So you do find it. You find the Orb of Time. It is in Admiral Sharn's pajama pocket. So, Efrean, you arrive at the tent just as Imp is pocketing something. You can see Admiral Sharn unconscious in the bed that he's got. And there is a cut on him. It's pretty bad, but it's not too bad. You reckon he'll wake up fine in 4 hours or so. How do you react to this?
With a big sigh, I shake my head and bonk him on the head with the spear. Just like a donk, not a hit.
Not an attack, but just a oi you.
Oi.
Like hitting a dog with a newspaper, not in any way to attempt pain, but just a oi.
I mean,
just a tap
I'm not
on the nose.
advocating
sort of
for
thing.
violence against pets, but like, yeah, sure that.
Yeah, but you don't hit them hard. You just tap them on the nose, and they go because they hate being touched on the nose, and that's it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
It's
just
kind of a pet.
go back to bed. Hey, it's true. It's true.
So yeah, you just get a little tap on the nose. How do you react to that, Imp?
With a slow, deep breath. So, not a one in. How can I help you?
Nope. Did you have to stab him?
He said that if I wanted to do what had to be done, I had to do it by force. So yeah, I kind of did.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's breathing. Unless that goes all gunky and green and it smells bad, I think he'll be fine. And it's a goblin. They're pretty hardy creatures, to be fair.
Citation needed.
Yeah, notably hardy 7 hit point creatures.
I mean, the only other one that besides the two we murdered, that Imp knows was pretty hardy that one time on Baboonmas.
Yes. Imp still dreams of coming across Nilborg once more. Although as far as Imp knows, Nilborg is dead, so...
It's not a good Nilbog encounter unless the player and or character is permanently scarred by it and hates Nilbogs forever afterwards. That's how you know you've run them well.
I had to build an amazing item on that son of a...
They're truly evil. I love them.
I did love it though. It was a good time. Anyway.
Yeah, Brain just goes back to bed.
Okay. And then we have the final watch. No, we have a free in next. You have a watch. Yeah. Precious freedom from the snoring, and it goes fine. And then lastly, it is Stonk's, and again, there's no problem at all. Actually, Stonk, yeah, no, there is a problem, because that's about 4 hours later, and Admiral Sharn wakes up and starts screaming bloody murder. I was attacked. Admiral Sharn has been attacked. This is foul betrayal. And runs out and sees you, Stonk, and runs up to you and goes, you! And then for a second, the anger fades a bit. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm Admiral, your leader has been attacked by the vicious, and points in Imp's sort of tense general direction. You must go and attack them. You must mete out justice for Admiral Sharn. Also, they stole my orb of time, and I'm not happy about that either. Well, do you not believe in justice?
I think maybe you need some rest and some fast sleep.
Okay. So the interesting thing about sleep is there's no save. There's no save at all. If your hit points are below a certain number, you go night time. Are you centering it on Admiral Sharn? Because there is a chance you'll catch yourself in it if you are. It depends, because if you've got enough hit points, you won't get caught in it.
I thought it was just one. It's
no, sleep's an area of effect spell. It's quite interesting. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose.
Yeah, can I choose a point that it hits him and no one else?
Absolutely, you can totally do that. So roll me 5d8s. That's going to be how much HP it affects. Admiral Sharn has 1 hit point.
I was going to say, it's the roll even less.
I'm working out how much wildlife around Admiral Sharn is also going nap time now.
I mean, it's a really low roll, 13, but I'm sure it's still enough.
Admiral Sharn hits the deck, as do 12 beetles. And Admiral Sharn's unconscious in his pajamas. What are you going to do, Stonk?
I think Stonk's gonna drag him back into his tent and
just like tuck him in.
Yeah.
'Cause it is cold. That's a good thing to do. It's cold. It's still about February essentially in Nordmark, the equivalent of February. So it is cold. It's icy, and Admiral Sharn likely would, get very cold. Like probably wouldn't die or anything. And it's only 4 hours of the night left, but he'd probably wake up with a point of exhaustion. So that's good, because that's really the last thing Admiral Sharn needs right now, having been interrogated and attacked while trying to sleep and then robbed. Probably doesn't need any more than that. So you tuck in Admiral Sharn, and we're gonna pass 4 hours, and dawn rises again, and Admiral Sharn wakes up. Again. Admiral Sharn technically wakes up 1 minute later, but Admiral Sharn wakes up and is furious with all of you. He crawls out of Stonk's tent, a little confused at that as well. Goes up to everyone who are packing up the tents and goes, "Ah! How dare you all, you vicious miscreants! I have been criminalized."
Well, I meant to put him in his tent, but yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, okay, yeah, you put him in his tent, that's no problem, yeah.
Well, this does not surprise me. I would criminalize you without a second thought.
Don't you admit it?
I believe it. If I believed in the law.
I've been robbed. I've been mugged. I was murdered.
You. No, if I
congratulations on your change of name, Robert.
No, I was attacked by that vicious thief, and points at Imp. I was murdered.
This all tracks, but he does that to most of us on most days. Could you be more specific?
They stole my orb.
Are you sure you didn't have a bad nightmare? I mean, that can happen.
Roll me gaslighting. Roll me persuasion, Stonk.
I'm going to telepathically again speak into Admiral Sharn's mind with just to say, as you can see, we're a tight-knit group. We stick together, and we are your only hope to get back with the goblins as the person in charge. Maybe you should start listening to us, and specifically me.
Well, roll persuasion, but with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Because you attacked Admiral Sharn.
I did. Okay, that's not so good. That's a flat 10.
That's not going to work.
15.
15, that might actually. Yeah, okay. He's not going to believe you. He still thinks that he was attacked, and he thinks he was attacked by Imp. But your calming voice is calming him down a little, and he's thinking in his head, no. Now's not the time to press it. Work this out when I have an army of my own, you know? So, yeah, you succeed in calming him down, even if he doesn't believe the actual words you're saying. Fine, well, let's press on. We're not that far from the fort. And once you're dead, I can run this country of my own. King Sharn! He does say one other thing, though, to him. He goes up to you and goes, "You know what we do in the Goblin kingdoms to murderers? Usually we knight them, but in this case, I will make an exception."
I love Sharn so much.
So you Stonk, you get back on the boat, or not on the boat. You're back on boat pulling duty, and yeah, it's a new day. How would you like to approach Mad King Rokko's castle?
Can I turn into a scroll and do some scouting?
Of
Definitely
course,
stealthily,
absolutely, yeah. You can definitely do some scouting. Are you thinking stealthy approach?
Yep.
I mean the whole party as well. So you can definitely do some scouting while you're looking around. And so what we'll do is we'll use your perception to sort of see anything that might be hidden. But yeah, how is the whole party approaching?
I vote we all stealth together.
Okay, if you're doing stealth, it's going to be 6 tokens, which is going to be enough to get you in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I will need a Constitution saving throw, please, from Stonk to carry the boat.
Okay. And the enhanced ability surely has run out by now, so...
Yes, it would have run out by now.
Yeah, so this time it's a 12?
A 12. That is enough. You scrape by without exhaustion again. The DC, by the way, for this was 10. So yeah, you scrape by without another point of exhaustion. You're able to carry this boat all the way along. You've been carrying this boat for ages, but you're feeling really strong after the pit fighting, and you're ready to go. And yeah, you approach the castle of Mad King Rokko, and the river that you're dragging the boat up slowly becomes a smaller stream. It's still fast enough that, you know, it's still like deep enough that you're able to lift the boat, but you're getting closer and closer. Tattle, you're scouting ahead. Roll me perception, please, and I'll let you know what you see.
Okay, here we go. Use my green druid dice. That is a 21.
21. Okay, so what you can see, you see the castle. Obviously, everyone can see the castle. That's no problem. But what you can see with your much better vision is you can see little goblins on the parapets of the castle, on the walls. They have short bows on their backs, and also you can see near the castle gates, 2 siege engines. They are ballistae, and there are 2 goblins in front of each, and they look like they're ready to fire those whenever they want to. Now, because you're arriving stealth. Actually, I need a stealth check. I need a group stealth check, please. See if they notice you.
Can I cast Pass Without Trace?
You can cast Pass Without Trace, absolutely. Yep.
Everyone gets a +10.
+10. It's the most bullshit spell. But I genuinely love it. I think it's great. I don't think it should ever be changed from how bullshit it is. Everyone gets +10, entirely breaking bounded accuracy. So
29.
That would make a total of 36.
36,
'Cause I rolled a
29.
natural 19.
You got to beat the passive perception of goblins, so could be really difficult. Then, you know, they're very high CR creatures.
Question: am I rolling as a squirrel still, or?
You would be rolling as a squirrel if you're scouting ahead as one. Well, I don't know. Actually, it depends. Are you going to be a squirrel when you actually approach the castle? Are you going to remain in squirrel form? Then yeah, roll as...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste a wild shape.
Yeah, roll as a squirrel then.
Well, to be fair, it's actually the same. I keep forgetting that.
Well, fair enough.
What are we rolling? Perception?
You are rolling
that's 32.
stealth. 32.
Stealth.
So that's 3 successes so far.
Don't forget you get +10.
Yeah, with the +10, that would be 23.
4 successes. You arrive. Oh, let me roll for Admiral Sharn. Admiral Sharn. Okay, so here we go. I mean, they are literally have expertise in stealth, so I can't see this going badly wrong. 27, you're fine. Yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the map, and then we're going to have a break so that you can all see it and start to formulate some plans.
Great. This looks fine.
Yeah, this is totally fine. You're gonna be absolutely fine. You can see the fort. You can see here's the siege engine. So this is 1 ballista. This is a 2nd ballista. There's 2 hobgoblins waiting down here. There's 2 goblins manning each. There's also goblins up on the walls. You can see over here as well on each of the parapets. And you can't see into the walls either. So take a look at that. Start thinking about your approach, because I will say this is beyond a deadly encounter if you just face it head on. Got a big old castle ahead of you. What's the plan?
Well, plan A is still afoot to get an audience with the king. To this end, I am going to telepathically speak to Stonk, who has better rapport with Admiral Sharn than I do, for who knows what reason, to convince Admiral Sharn to lead us single file as a group, so he can declare that he has brought people to swear fealty to the Mad King Rokko.
Okay, I like that. So, all right, yeah. So you're gonna suggest that Admiral Sharn takes you as almost like pilgrims to Mad King Rokko, right? Not prisoners, but like pilgrims.
I'm also going to transform my packed weapon into a... Would he be able to carry a greatsword?
Greatswords are heavy. Admiral Sharn is small.
Okay, so a longsword. And I'm going to hand him the long, like, alabaster hilt leaves kind of just spreading out of the cracks of that, and the long, shattered blade. Not unlike Aragorn's blade before it's reforged.
Yeah.
It's just like, just a jagged shard at the end of it. And I give that to Admiral Sharn as part of this charade.
Okay, Admiral Sharn
He found a magic sword. Or he took it from us, is what he's going to claim.
Yeah. Okay, so Admiral Sharn leads you over the bridge. You may all follow.
Did I miss anything?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, he did.
Welcome back. We thought you were already back. Yeah.
I was muted the entire time.
Imp has convinced Admiral Sharn to lead you all in as almost like pilgrims to Mad King Rokko. Not prisoners, specifically pilgrims. So fully armed, fully dressed for war and all that.
Well, no, weapons won't be out. They'll be slung and we'll be casual. Unless people disagree. If people think we should be prisoners, I can be a prisoner.
I mean, Ephraim's using the spear as a walking stick, but yeah, besides that.
I am a simple druid. Friend to no one, ally to all.
Stonk's just chill, dude.
Admiral Sharn doesn't really know what to do with any of that information, but let's go.
Oh, and the cannon crit is under Ephraim's hat.
Okay. Admiral Sharn skips across the bridge, humming his theme tune, and he goes, da, 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 Admiral Sharn, I'm here to present some pilgrims to King Rokko, and comes up to these two hobgoblins who are standing there chewing a bit of grass and just like look at him, just look down and go, nah. And Admiral Sharn just looks and goes, well, I tried.
I'm just going to speak into his head telepathically. Try harder.
Intimidation or persuasion? Which one do you want to roll?
I don't. Persuasion is going to be like disadvantage because that's just what. Hold up, I've lost my dice. This does not bode well.
I did my best.
Can Tattle tell anything about the sort of hobgoblin's demeanor? Like, are they just indifferent?
Indifferent to Admiral Sharn, kind of tired with his shit, sort of thing. Impatient. Roll me insight. Roll me insight.
Ooh. Guess he's got a natural 20.
Very nice. With a natural 20, yeah. The hobgoblins are tired of Admiral Sharn.
Yes.
Admiral Sharn doesn't have any power here at all. And the hobgoblins are very keen to ensure that he doesn't think he has power. And that really no one here likes Admiral Sharn at all.
That's a 15 on the intimidation, by the way.
15 on the intimidation. Admiral Sharn is going to try again.
Can I also speak to the goblins in their minds and just to tell them you will never see this goblin again if we get in?
What is Imp's wisdom?
Flat 0.
Yeah, you might be unwise enough to do this. Are you sure you want to do this?
No.
Is what I will say. As a DM, I'm giving you this one time. Are you sure you want to whisper the mumbo jumbo words directly into the ears of all the slightly jumpy guards?
The first thing that I would do is speak to Tattle, actually, and given Tattle's role, I suppose she would have told me, like, give a little shake of the head. I should check with the party before I do things.
That's not the
Oh,
end, right?
yeah. Presumably my wild shape would have worn off by the time we're approaching. Is that right?
I would think it lasts an hour. I would think so probably by now, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're waiting on Admiral Sharn.
Admiral Sharn once again goes up to the goblins and is gonna, so here's the deal, right? And whispers something into the hobgoblin's ears. Can I get a perception check from anyone who would like to try and hear what this is?
I mean, I'll try.
I mean,
I'll try
yeah.
to try. That's 17.
Yeah.
17. And you roll a stealth check for Admiral Sharn.
Oh, flat
21.
Hang on a sec. I need to check the exact rules for pass without trace. Yep.
The-
Okay.
Wait a minute. Does he still get passed without trace whether I want to or not?
Yeah, unless you drop the spell for everyone, he's got pass without trace.
Wait,
I mean, you can drop the spell
Oh,
for
my-
everyone if you want, but
wait.
you can't selectively end concentration for sure.
Doesn't that just apply to every creature nearby me, though, does it?
It applies to any creature within 30 feet at the point of casting, I think. Oh no, each creature you choose for the duration. Now, is it at the moment it starts? For the duration, each creature has.
Up to 1 hour.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out is it saying you get to choose at every check whether they've got pass without trace, or are they saying you get to choose right at the beginning?
That's actually a good point.
And that's the tricky thing I'm trying to work out. Because it's vague, I will err on the side of the player, because otherwise, it's bullshit if I get it wrong. So we'll say that yes, you can decide that Admiral Sharn does not have advantage. Not advantage, plus 10. So that roll then. Okay, so you got a 17 on your perception, right?
Yep.
Without pass without trace, that just passes. Okay, I have looked it up, and its creatures have the bonus from the moment you start, and they have the bonus for the duration.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you what he says though. I'm gonna give you what he says because I've already said that. But yeah, it is the moment you cast a spell. That's when the targets are chosen, and it just lasts until you drop concentration. So, but what you hear is Admiral Sharn whisper, "They have priceless magical items, priceless magic. We let them in. They could give that to Mad King Rokko. Rokko will love us. Rokko will love us. And me, Admiral Sharn." He's gonna roll persuasion. No. That's a natural 3. Hobgoblin just looks at him and goes, "Piss off. And take your weird goblin sailors with you."
Okay. I think at this point, Tattle is going to carefully approach. Obviously, she's going to keep her hands where they can see them.
Okay. All right.
She's going to curtsy respectfully, and she says, "Greetings. I am Mary Pinkham of the Airedale Druids Metal faction. A pleasure to meet you."
Don't know what that is, but okay.
They serve the beer.
Yes.
Who's the
We
beer?
serve the beer.
Which lord is that?
No,
Don't
we
know
provide
what
the
it
beverage.
is.
Is that the
We
diamond
provide the
mine?
drinks. We provide the drinks.
One of them puts their hand on their long sword at their hilt. All right. I know who you are now. Fine. I'm not letting you in.
Any particular reason?
I've got
Would
my
you seek
orders.
What specifically are your orders? To let nobody in, full stop?
Let nobody in, stab people, take all their money.
Okay.
Unless you're goblins. Goblins can come in. And gestures at Admiral Sharn. Sit that one.
I'm confused. Are we still in stealth and choosing to drop that, or?
I think you chose to drop that, yeah, and just walk up.
Yeah. I mean,
But
if
the
you want to
spell is
make
still
a stealth
active,
check,
so
yeah.
you do still have the benefit if you need to run away and hide.
Okay.
Well, we
Well.
simply made promises to this one, and she gestures to. Sorry to be on brand, but I've completely forgotten his name.
Admiral Sharn. It's written on the map.
Admiral. Oh yeah. And she gestures to Sharn to lead us here. We have news that doubtless.
I
your
don't
king
give
will
a
be very
kobold's
pleased to
Tojo
hear.
you've promised what. Unless you've promised it to Mad King Rokko. Praise be to Mad King Rokko. And the others all say, praise be to Mad King Rokko.
Are you familiar with gnolls?
Killed a couple. What's it to you?
Are you familiar with what they've done to many of the settlements in the area?
Oh, they did a bit of raiding. So what?
Are you aware only one town has successfully driven them off?
Oh?
Would you like to know the secret? Such you can easily repel them? Should they raid you?
The hobgoblin walks up, and I'm going to say, Tattle, you are... Oops, I moved the wrong thing. I moved OBS instead. Tattle, you are moving a little bit forward, and Hobgoblin A walks right up to you and leans forward and goes, I'm listening. What's your secret?
Well, it's something that should be given from only to the highest leader available. Otherwise, it becomes much less effective.
I'll be the judge of that. Roll me persuasion, though. Roll me persuasion.
Okay, I'm on +2 in charisma. I'd like to use inspiration on this,
Go for it, yep.
as I don't think that 3 is going to cut it. Okay, what is my persuasion? Okay, that is an 11.
It's just what you needed.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're not very good at insight in general. All right. All right, you can say your piece. You wait there. And he goes, and he disappears into the castle.
Tal hears in her head, that was amazing. I need to learn how to do that.
You need to learn many things, Imp.
Meanwhile, the goblins point siege weapons at you.
I would want to make it clear, by the way, Tattle said that to him affectionately.
That's fair.
I figured.
Oh my.
I'm really hoping Mad King Rokko comes out, sees Stonk, and goes, no!
Yeah. I was actually thinking about like going up to the goblins and offering Stonk as his to give performance perform his bardly duties for the king.
A goblin appears on the battlements and shouts down. He's holding a scepter and is leaning on it and shouts down, "Who are you to entreat an audience with the Mad King?"
Tattle curtsies and says, "Greetings." And she just basically says everything she said before, being extremely formal and trying her best to be extremely respectful seeming. Reverence, that's the word I was thinking of.
You come here with this foolish plan to try and give me information that I already have? I think not. Give me now the most powerful magic item you have. Then I will accept your fealty.
Out of character, I'm very tempted to say the most powerful magic item I have is friendship and offer a pimp.
They are a tool.
Hold up. Let me just
Wait.
check one.
I think
Okay.
someone want to say something.
Oh, go for it.
Huh?
Oh, I think
I thought
Some-
Talia wanted to say something.
Oh, no, I was thinking.
I think like 3 of us went to say something at the same time there. Who wants to go first?
Okay, well, I do have something I can actually do here. Namely, I can pull out a pack of playing cards and try and impress him with card tricks.
You can try and do that from 50 feet away.
What if I convinced him it was a deck of many things?
Now we're talking. Roll me deception, please.
Behold,
Many things.
the artifact I do not dare use myself. The creator and destroyer of kings and beyond. The creator
Destroyer
and
of
destroyer of
kings.
gods even. The deck of many things. What am I rolling for this again? Deception.
Yeah, deception.
And unfortunately, that is a 10.
Can,
It's not gonna. Oh,
can Stonk give advantage by like casting prestidigitation to make it like sparkle or see?
yeah,
Digitation has verbal and somatic, doesn't it?
it does. They would know you're casting a spell, but you can do it.
Could a friend use magical tinkering to make some of the cards make different noises?
Yeah, I think that's fine. How long does magical tinkering take?
I believe I touch it while I'm holding my
Then,
tools.
yeah, you can make them. You can make them do all sorts of effects, and I
Hell
will.
yeah.
I will allow that as. I'll allow that to grant advantage on this.
A advantage, here we go. I'll use my rogue dice for this. It's better for sneaky rolls. Okay, that is a 16.
Okay, 16 is just enough. Oh, powerful item. Well, give it to me. Hand it over to my man there. And he points at the hobgoblin down on the ground.
Okay, out of character, do we have a plan beyond this?
This is definitely the time to be asking that specific question.
Can we just, resort to a decapitation attack here? Or are we just going to go for the assassination?
That might be the thing to do, because the infighting will probably cause them to like murder each other enough that there won't be much left to do anyway. They're proving very difficult to work with, and Im's patience has run short enough that I'm thinking
Wait,
we killed the king and we went away.
How far away is the king?
So the wall's 40 feet up. And then it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So Rokko's distance. Whoops, that's initiative. Rokko's distance from Tattle is, it thinks 25 feet. That is incorrect. Oh, it's because I've not set the altitude yet. Hang on. From Tattle is 50 feet.
Okay, so I could easily cast Summon Beast right next to him.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind we have a ballista looking at us.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that, surely. I'm certain it'll be fine.
Question regarding the ballista though. Is just one of those goblins needed for the trigger, or is both of them?
So the way siege weapons work is they have a certain number of actions that must be done in order to rearm the ballista. They start off loaded, ready to fire, and it takes an action just to fire it. But after that, you need 3 actions to reload it. One creature can do it, it just takes longer.
I see.
What was the thing about jumping earlier?
Oh yeah, I can cast jump on someone and they'll be able to basically, they'll have their jump tripled.
So that would make Stonk be able to jump 15 feet, I believe was said.
Yeah, high jump 15 feet into the air.
And can that
The
be
ball is
combined with
40.
Misty Step to move vertically upwards?
That's a really good question. Let me
I
check.
think Misty Step's a reaction, so there's no reason.
It is a
couldn't.
bonus action. And you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. So the walls are 40 feet high, so as long as you can jump 10 feet up, you could Misty Step onto the walls, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
and still have your action. That's a really, really cool idea. If you do that, I will give you inspiration. I'll say that.
So that would mean that Stonk would dash up to the wall and then jump and Misty step up onto it. I think.
Right. Oh, question.
You don't have to dash. You could just run. You've got 30 feet of movement, and it's 30 feet to get to here for you.
Okay.
And then you could jump and Misty step over.
Question, by the way, can not a one in any way make the cards do something to the king when they're handed to him?
Nothing dangerous.
I mean, nothing dangerous. I can make it smell bad.
Okay.
Up there.
Right. Okay. So
Or
consider
whisper
this.
many things.
Okay. Consider what would a goblin smell of if that convinced all the other goblins that his right to be king had been withdrawn by the magical effects of the deck of many things.
Gnomes, probably.
I love this. I have no idea where it's going. I'm just going to sit and enjoy the ride. But I love it.
Or I can make it say the words false king. That would be heard up to 10 feet away.
And amazingly, if I recall, in your voice specifically.
Yes, but they haven't heard me talk, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We could try it.
Yeah, I like this.
Make it say something like, "The false king has drawn the card that reveals the truth of his falsehoods."
Yes,
That is probably a better idea than
You should
Stonk.
definitely make it sound more goblin-like, though.
The false king has drawn the false card that reveals his falsehoods.
Yes. Yes, this is the plan.
This is the plan.
Okay.
Declaration to kill the false king, maybe.
Okay, just remember we all need to point and gasp, "He's the false king."
Oh, we won't be able to hear it. We can only be heard 10 feet away.
But we'll see their reactions, hopefully, if he's nothing
Yes,
when he
this is
does
true.
it.
Yes.
This is one of the plans of all time. Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So, Afrian, you start whispering into the cards, I guess.
Yes.
And yeah, King Rokko has shouted, "Give me the cards! Give them to me!" And sent Hobgoblin B towards you all. Tattle, you see Hobgoblin B approaching while Afrian is enchanting the cards. There's a risk here that Hobgoblin is going to see this happening, this enchantment. It's not like a hugely visible process. It's a touch, but then you say the words, Hobgoblin might hear that. Tattle, Stonk, Imp, what are you going to do to stop this from happening?
Stonk with my telepathy to intercept, so we can kind of close in like either side and be like, "We just want to thank you for this opportunity to have seen the great King Rokko ourselves, and we just want to like grab his hands and shake them." And
okay, Stonk, you're being put on deck here to handle this.
I'd also like to use thaumaturgy just to make the ground tremor slightly, just to sell that whole obviously cover this up a bit, but also just sell the whole. This is a very ominous artifact being handed over.
Okay, well, thaumaturgy is a verbal spell, so there's going to have to be even more work done by Stonk to mask the fact that you're actively like almost shouting when you cast verbal spells.
Stonk's gonna just
in that case,
go into a song.
So hang on, we'll go with just what were you saying, Tattle, for the ending of that, and then we'll go to Stonk.
In that case, can I just use thaumaturgy to very loudly pronounce, like in a very formal sounding way, that I'm handing the item over.
Okay, you can do that. That will partially cover it and make it slightly easier for Stonk. It'll slightly lower the DC. Stonk, up to you.
Yeah, Stonk's just going to play an epic song for the occasion, just like
Yes.
like glory sounding.
Okay, nice. Admiral Sharn is going to attempt to sabotage this by going da 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 Admiral Sharn really loudly in front of you. Can you give me a performance check to outperform Admiral Sharn? And I will roll a performance check. It won't be difficult, no. But just in case, it would be very funny if you couldn't.
It's a 21.
21, yeah, I don't think he can. No, he physically can't. He's got a -1 to charisma. Yeah, so you basically it's partly your it's partly your just lung capacity, really. The sound you're able to get out there, along with are you playing an instrument with this, or are you just going full on like singing for it?
Yeah, he's playing his lute.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. So you're getting in the way, and Admiral Sharn is like hopping up and down, really angry, and is like, no, this should be Sharn's moment. But no one's paying any attention to Sharn. They're all eyes on you, and Freeing, you are able to speak into the cards, and no one hears, apart from maybe Imp and Tattle, who are pretty close to you. So yeah, then the Hobgoblin takes the cards from you and heads back over to Mad King Rokko.
Yep. As I hand them over to the guard, I say, be very careful. This artifact is powerful and fickle. If the unworthy touch it, it could destroy us all.
Yep. Rokko goes, we'll see about that. And draws a card. A Freeing. Can you tell me what exactly the card says?
The false king touches the cup.
And Rokko laughs loudly. And the goblins and the hobgoblin up there laugh as well. And they're like really laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. And Rokko goes, you see that? It called me the false king. How very astute. And waves the scepter again, and you see that on the top of the scepter is a fool's crown, and he looks at all of you and goes, it's very, very good. Very, very good. It knows a fool when it sees one, but apparently you don't, even when you're looking at yourselves in the mirror. I want a wisdom saving throw, please, from Tattle, as the Nilbog issues a mocking word.
Of course, it's a freaking Nilbog.
Question: would Imp recognize it for what it is at this point?
Yeah, with the scepter, with the fool's crown on top, as it's sort of swinging around on the top like it's on a spring. You're like, oh no. Oh no.
Given timey-wimey weirdness, in fact, I've got here's what I can do while he's rolling a thing. I want to shout up to the Nilbog, how about another round of dice?
Nilbog looks and goes, what are you talking about? It is not the same Nilbog. It is a Nilbog.
Oh, different Nilbogs. Okay.
Many goblin courts have Nilbogs. They are usually the court jester.
Jester, I don't even, etc.
That's a 26 to save, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you will not be taking the psychic damage.
Druids.
Yeah, druids. If it had been anyone else who was like being the forefront of this whole idea, it would have been great. But no, it's the person who's good at wisdom saves. It looks at Rokko ? Looks a little put off that you just shrugged it off, but goes, well, not every joke lands. But thank you for these
Are you
wonderful
saying-
cards. And pockets them.
Are you saying you can't fly?
What?
Not if your joke lands. You're
Terrible.
clearly a joke.
He's gonna take a wisdom saving throw to avoid. So no, he's not, because you're not a bard. You don't get to do that. And amazingly, I don't think Stonk has this spell either. But it is a bard only spell.
Which spell?
This is God, what's it called? My brain's forgotten.
Vicious Mockery?
Vicious Mockery, that's it, yeah.
Well, Stonk just got it.
Oh, did you? Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Then yes, would you like to return a quip to the Nilbog? You don't have to literally say a joke, but you can just cast the spell.
Yeah.
This is definitely the time to respond, because a vicious mockery has just happened.
Your mama's so fat she can't recognize a deck of many cards.
Okay, I will roll a wisdom saving throw. Oh my god, the Nilbog has failed. I believe it's a D4 for vicious mockery.
Yeah. D4 indeed.
Yeah.
So that's
And disadvantage on the next roll.
that's true damage. Psychic damage.
Nice. I'm going to add a Nilbog to my initiative tracker.
While this is going on, I will be telling everybody, when you try to hit this thing, it's gonna be difficult to focus on it, and if you lose your focus, it will power your will and make you praise it. Like, you're gonna be all the way in love with this thing for a good 6 seconds. Not longer than that, 12.
That's a very precise amount of time.
Yeah, I know. It happened to me like twice.
Rokko question mark looks at Stonk and goes, that was a good one. I like it. You've got the moxie. You've got the spirit. Shame there's nothing between those two ears of yours. Please roll me a wisdom saving throw. So you're in an insult competition with the Nilbog.
Oh god, I hope Stonk just solos the Nilbog with just
Okay.
an insult.
Oh, there is something I'd actually like to do then.
Is it a
I would
reaction?
like to cast. No.
Then wait for Stonk.
It's
But
a
then
10.
you can.
Or
That was a
wisdom
10. 13. That's enough. You avoid it. Yeah. So Tattle, what did you want to do?
Can I use disguise self to disguise myself as the Nilbog?
Yes, but everyone would see you do it.
Yeah. My intention here is simply to mock it.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's for mockery, then by all means, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just cast an illusion disguising myself as a Nilbog and say, "Oh, look at me! I'm trying to shatter people's minds with my stupid stick, but I'm too bad at it because I don't have a mind to begin with."
The Nilbog is just kind of lightly annoyed at this. Obviously, takes no damage because you're not a bard, but is going to go, pay attention to them. But the hobgoblin and the goblin archers to either side of him are kind of chuckling a little and going, they got you. That's just like you. Yeah. Would anyone else like to do anything about this current situation where you're being taunted from the top of a ramparts like it's a Monty Python film?
Brian's gonna turn around as his cloak of many fashions, which up until this point obviously was, looked like a cloak with a mantle, but it wasn't. Changes to depict an image of Rokko ? Falling into a hole.
Okay, yeah. Rocco's getting angrier now. ? He's like, this mockery won't stand. I'm the king. And he's going to cast a spell on you. I would like a wisdom saving throw, please. From this is going to be specifically a free-in.
Oh yeah. 22.
22. Okay. You are fine.
Hey.
As you shrug off
running.
Tasha's hideous laughter.
Hey.
Ah! Shoot them! Shoot them! And the other goblins are just laughing at him. Sharn is kind of looking between the two of you and just like, this is just silly.
Stonk whispers to Tattle, "Hey, quick, cast a jump spell on me."
Oh my god, you're gonna do it.
You gonna cast it, Tattle?
Yep.
Okay.
I just said, dunk.
I will
Tattle
find
just
out.
basically boops Stonk on the nose.
Anyone who gets to the top of that rampart is up there alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before Stonk goes, can I fire my cannon? Which is in protector mode, by the way.
In protector mode.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me just double check something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem at all. Yeah,
I'm
so
slightly
describe to
more
me what it
concerned
looks
about it.
like when this thing fires as well, because this is the first time we've ever seen anything like this.
Yeah. So let me just make it bigger so we can see what happens. Well, the little wooden axolotl peeks out of the hat and jumps down onto Efrain's shoulder, and it's gill. The frilly bits, they gills. They glow green, and then it opens its mouth and blows a green bubble, and then expands to 10 feet, and then goes pop, and little green droplets rain down.
Oh, I like that. Okay. So mechanically, what is that going to do?
It is going to add 1d8 plus int mod of 10 hit points.
Is that just to Stonk?
That is to all friendlies within 10 feet.
Amazing. So that's going to be everyone and possibly even Admiral Sharn, depending on how you feel about Admiral Sharn at the moment.
Yeah, I'll give it to Admiral Sharn, why not?
Okay.
11 temp points.
Amazing. Right. I'm just gonna track Admiral Sharn on my little initiative tracker. So did you say it was 11 temporary hit points?
Yes.
Very nice. Okay.
This is a bonus action every turn.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's a really, really good class. Yeah, a subclass feature.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what we need at this point is initiative. I think this is the point where we need initiative. We need to know how people react. I will say, I think they're going to be surprised by this. I do genuinely think there's going to be some real surprise going on. Right, top of the round. I will say, Imp, you can do something if you want, but mainly it won't assist too much. You're probably quite limited in things compared to when we get to Stonk, which is when the big nonsense happens. So what I mean is doing things are likely to give the game away a little bit, but you could put armor on yourself or whatever you need preemptively, or take a help action or a radiant action, something like that.
Okay, I'm thinking one of two things. Either I hex Rokko. But that might be too busy. I will take the help action to cause a distraction. I'll hold it, obviously, ready for when Stonk goes to do Stonk's thing. To get all eyes more towards me for what I'll end up doing on Stonk's turn is pulling out the longbow quick fast. I'm ready, okay, had enough of this. I'm gonna do the shooting, but that's not till then. So at the moment, I'm there, twitchy fingers like a old western.
Yeah. The goblin artillerists are doing nothing because they're surprised. Rokko is surprised. Tattle, same restrictions to you. You can do something that is either a self thing, or you can ready something. But if you start moving or attacking, you're going to give the game away for when Stonk jumps up.
Hey. Oh, yep, I've actually got something to ready. Can I ready my action to cast Summon Beast?
Yep.
Well, and I'm basically going to summon it here. As soon as Stonk
Sure.
jumps up, just so he's got some backup.
Are you going for a flying one, yeah?
Good point. Do I want a flying one, or do I just want to summon a Beast of the Land right there?
Well, if you summon it there, it'll be on the ground and there'll be a ladder it has to climb up. This rim here is quite narrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll make it a Beast of the Air then.
Okay. And then we go to Frian. Same sort of thing. I mean, to be honest, we could count your jump casting as happening now in the initiative, as we get ready, as Stonk is right up next. Unless there's something very specific you wanted to prep.
No, I think I'll equip my shield. Grab it off my back.
Yep, that's fine. You can put your shield on. That's fine. A Goblin Archer again is surprised. Stonk. It's stonking time.
Yeah, so Stonk is just going to run to the wall.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And you jump. So
Jump on Misty Step.
your jump height, yeah, you've got jump cast on you, so your jump height is currently 15 feet. So you go up 15 feet and then you Misty Step the rest to get from where you are with this. You can probably go this square here or this square here.
I think Stonk is going to land in between the archers.
Land there. Okay, you do still have your action.
And Stonk is going to straight up attack the Archer B with his rapier.
Okay. Yep. It's the first turn of combat. It's the first time this has ever happened. We're doing it. We're using the bugbear thing. You're going to do an extra 2d6 of damage.
I didn't even think about it.
Surprise attack. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is what bugbears do. If you want, I will say, just a note. Obviously, the goblins don't have much health, and if you're doing extra damage, you've got long arms. You can actually attack Rokko if you want.
All right. Yeah.
I will say though, there is a downside to attacking Rokko, and I'll let you know this before you decide. You will have to pass a wisdom saving throw to attack Rokko. Otherwise, you will waste your turn, bow down on your knees, and spend the action praising the Nilbog. If you fail. This is what Imp would have told you this, because Imp would have viscerally remembered this negative experience.
Telepathically.
So there is a risk.
If I remember correctly, that is till the end of your next turn, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It is a charisma saving throw, not a wisdom one. I imagine as a bard, you're probably pretty good at those.
Yeah. Yes. That's no problem for him.
Okay, are you going for Rokko with your extra reach as a bugbear? You're striking at Rokko, right? Okay, so I need that charisma saving throw right now.
It is a 21.
21, you're absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. All right, make your attack.
The attack is... Well, that's a bad attack roll. Yeah, that's just an 8.
That is an 8. An 8 won't hit, I'm afraid. If you've got inspiration, you can use it.
You do have inspiration.
Which you do, because Nick said you get it for doing this.
I did.
So, yeah, that's the inspiration. And that is a natural 1.
Oh, wow.
6.
Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, okay. Can't be helped. You're there, though, and that is pretty concerning for the goblins up there. Okay, we go to Goblin Archer E, surprised. Admiral Sharn, probably surprised by all of this. Goblin Archers and Hobgoblin, surprised. Top of the round. we go to Imp.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I have massive concerns about how this is going to go because Nilborg, I remember how that goes, and it has friends. So I'm going to pull out of my pocket a little stone, hold it in the air, and just crunch it between the branch fingers of the tree hand.
Okay.
As it crumbles to dust, this water just starts pouring out of the point and becomes a water elemental.
Okay.
That's the gem that one gave me that I had plans for.
Yep. Let me bring out an elemental token for
You
you.
say cave. I say.
You can move it wherever you want.
Shrewdly sold.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up the stat block to make sure when it gets there.
So normally it rolls its own initiative with the older stuff, but we'll use the Tasha's rules and just have it go after your turn.
So it moves immediately after me. Okay, right. Well, that's my action. Right, I did not prepare my bonus action. I'm just double check my spells because I can still cast one if I was good for it. I am going to hex the Nilborg on its dex saves.
Okay.
Tell the water elemental to kill specifically that thing, and then I'm going to move 30 feet because I want to get away from this ballista if possible. So I'm going to go straight this way and hide in. Is that a tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to hide like behind this tree.
Okay. So I'm just double checking something on the elemental gem. Just
It
so you
can't
know.
climb. It's going to have to find its way up there. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to let you know this so that you can possibly retcon casting Hex, because when you use an elemental gem, you cast the spell Conjure Elementals.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah.
Which is
Okay,
concentration.
so I'm not using Hex.
However, breaking concentration does not make the elemental go away. It simply makes it hostile.
But it's hostile to everyone. So.
Everyone, yeah, not just you lot, but
I'll hold the concentration on the elemental for now.
Yeah.
Hide in the tree, and elemental's going to go chasing after things.
Yeah. Because you can always get it in the middle of a load of goblins and then just drop concentration. It doesn't matter at that point. Because yeah. Okay, well, you're in control of the water elemental. I'll let you look at the water elemental stat block.
Which has a movement of 30. It's been told to murder King Rokko, so it has to get to Rokko first. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as close as it's going to get.
Yeah. You also, by the way, see the hobgoblin that is inside the tower. Gone there. Stonk sees that, actually. And that's Hobgoblin A who comes in at that point on initiative. Okay. So that's your water elemental. Anything else?
Can it dash?
Yep, it gets all standard actions.
Of course. So then it'll dash. Why would it not?
Yep.
10. Is there a door here, I think?
Yeah, there's a door opening here. It's 10 foot wide, so you can get in fine without squeezing at all. Not that water elemental would need to worry about it. There's a similar one to the right of it as well.
Yeah. And then I presume it can climb a ladder, so.
Can it?
15.
We'll find out.
25, so I'm in here. Bottom floor. How far up that ladder can it get? With its remaining 10 foot.
I'm going to say it can climb a ladder, but it's difficult terrain for it because it's not built for this at all. So it can go up 5 feet, I guess, if it's got 15 feet left, because you can't do the last bit.
So it's like up here.
Yeah, you've also gone through Admiral Sharn.
That's fine. They're like allies at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, over to Goblin Artillerist A, who is going to fire the ballista. And that appears to be aiming directly at Admiral Sharn, Tattle, or Afrian. Now, who is who are they going to aim for? I'm going to roll a D3.
I mean, They hate Admiral Sharn.
To determine the target.
I would argue would anyone's priority target be anything but Admiral Sharn?
Well, let's have a look. That's a 4, which comes down obviously as a D3 to 2. That is going to be Tattle.
Oh.
Well, it might miss. You never know. It might miss. Let me roll an attack roll and we'll see. That is 19.
Yeah, that beats my AC.
Okay, so you hear this ratcheting, and then whoomph, as this bolt the size of your arm launches towards you, and it doesn't do piercing. It technically does piercing damage, but realistically, what it's doing is smashing your bones, and you are going to take 3d10 piercing damage. 17 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Well, there goes the temporary HP, and that leaves another 6 points.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna put a little notepad here just so I can say, because Goblin Artillerist B, who goes next, is going to start reloading the ballista. So it's got 1. It's then over to Artillerist C and D. They're gonna pick a target. This time it's Admiral Sharn. Okay, let's roll it. Oh, yeah, that's going to hit. I think Admiral Sharn's dead. Let's roll 3d10. 19 points of damage. Admiral Sharn is obliterated, turned into a paste, and is dead.
Oh my god.
Instant death. That was like double max damage. It was well above double max damage. Admiral Sharn is gone. Rest in peace, Admiral Sharn. Wait.
What about the orbital?
No. Oh my god. No, hold on. Admiral Sharn's unconscious.
Wait,
what?
Temporary HP from a freeing. You raised his HP to 18. Which means he did not take, because he took 19 damage. So he's now unconscious.
Well, let's see where these death saving throws take us.
Oh my god, I can't believe a goblin survived a ballista bolt to the face, but here we are.
I mean, he's a very physical comedy character. Of course he's gonna survive.
Oh my god, Admiral Sharn. Let me put you back on,
what a
on my
legend.
notes. I can't believe a freeing is just, it's just potentially saved Admiral Sharn's life. Yeah, so Admiral Sharn is going to start taking death saves because he is a comic relief character. Artillerist D is going to begin reloading. Oh, I took that. There we go. Begin reloading the ballista. Goblin Archer A is right next to Stonk. That's not great for Goblin Archer A. Goblin Archer A is not feeling too good about this situation at all. He's going to use Nimble Escape to disengage as a bonus action, so no attack of opportunity. Going to move around to the side, draw a short bow, and go doop, and try and get Stonk. So that's a natural 1. It's doing absolutely fuck all. Stonk, you feel an arrow breeze through your hair, but your hair is so thick and so luscious. Just go straight through. Yeah, absolutely fine. Rokko.
That makes Stonk look better.
Yeah, if anything, yeah. It's kind of giving you a slight undercut on the side. Looks real nice. It's the Nilbog's go. The Nilbog is, I think so, yeah. He's gonna laugh at you and is going, you couldn't hit me, isn't that ever so funny? Wisdom saving throw, please, Stonk. As the Nilbog casts Sasha's hideous laughter.
It's a nat 20.
Nat 20, you're absolutely fine. The Nilbog's having real bad luck with what is actually quite a powerful spell. We go to Tattle.
Okay, so Tattle's just taken a massive bolt to the chest, I'd assume.
Yeah, Tattle, you've just taken a massive bolt to the chest. Not feeling great, I imagine.
On the contrary, Tassel's just going to start giggling slightly.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so she's going to stroll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she's just giggling the whole way. And as she's walking, she's also going to cast some very sort of elaborate hand gestures and chants in between chuckles. And basically sort of a portal is going to open at the top of the tower. And out of it will pop a sort of a spectral owl.
Okay, I like that.
Yep, that's Summon Beast.
Summon Beast, let me get you a token.
And as she makes eye contact with Goblin Artillerist A, her sort of quiet, giggles sort of turn a bit more harsh and guttural. And she just sort of drops forward onto all fours and turns into a giant hyena.
Oh, nice. By the way, everyone, obviously Pass Without Trace is now dropped on all of you. I don't think you need it at the moment, but just so you all know. But yeah, absolutely. Very nice. So Summon Beast, it goes on at the end of your turn. So
yeah,
you can now control your beast. I've put a little owl down for you.
Yep. The owl is going to be going straight for a certain, not quite goblin's face.
Okay, I will need a wisdom saving throw, please. A charisma saving throw, please, from the owl.
Okay, owls are not known for their famous charisma, unfortunately.
Oh, unless it's immune to charmed.
Wait, is it?
I don't know. It being a spirit, it might be.
It doesn't say any immunities, so...
Probably not then. Well, definitely not unless it specifies condition immunities.
Yeah, I think it's the more powerful ones that get immunities and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it might roll high.
Yeah, you never know.
Even with a negative charisma modifier.
I mean, Imp's been rolling high with a negative charisma modifier so far, so...
Wait. Does it specifically say any creature, or is it humanoids?
It says any creature.
Okay, any creature. An owl would fall under any. Does a 13 pass?
Only just. So yeah, roll your attack now. You get to attack this turn.
Okay, let's see. It uses my spell attack modifier. Has a reach of 5. It's going to be a plus 7 to hit. Oh yeah, it's just going to bloop right up close. Okay, does an 18 hit?
18 hits, roll damage.
Okay, that's 1d8 plus 6. 8, d8. For some reason, I always get my d8 and my d10 mixed up. What? That's 11 points of piercing damage. 11
points of piercing damage. The Nilbog has a maximum HP of 7, and as that owl dives in, I assume like beak first, like going for a peck or something like that.
Yep.
The Nilbog ducks, rips a feather out of the owl, laughs, breaks it over its head, sprinkles magic, and heals. As it uses its reaction Reversal of Fortune to reduce the damage to 0 and regain 3 hit points. Nilbogs are awful, aren't they? They're just the worst.
It's okay. I have a trick to get around that.
Has used its reaction now, though.
Yep. The owl is just going to keep flying round, and it's going to circle round.
I assume the owl has flyby?
Yes. It's a beast of the air, so it has flyby.
Sweet.
Wait.
I figured I'd double check, because otherwise there's a lot of goblins that would like to know about this situation.
Wait, let me just double check its flight. Oh yeah, it gets 60 feet of fly speed.
Nice. Plenty.
Yeah. And it's just going to flutter above these 2 goblins menacingly.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. Okay, we're going to go over to Ephraim.
Yes. Let's do some movement. Yeah, here's good. gonna race over here and hurl a spear at Goblin Artillerist A.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. There's no cover there either, so it's going to be a clear shot. Hurling a spear at Goblin Artillerist A. Great, yes.
Yes, so that is plus 6 to hit. So 19.
19 hits, roll damage.
7.
7 damage is exactly what you need to kill an artillerist.
Yeah, and then the spear goes zoop.
This is atrocious. Artillerists are killing artillerists.
And then, while I'm here, I'm gonna do another one of those protector bubbles.
Yep, absolutely. So Tattle's going to gain some temporary HP.
Yes.
I think the temporary HP is worn off on everyone else. Is that right?
No, it stays. But
it stays. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it stays, but you can only have one lot of temporary HP.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's awesome.
But you get to choose which one you keep.
Wow, you know what's really interesting is there's literally no time limit at all on it, so it technically lasts until your next long rest.
Yep. That's another 11.
Which in this game could be 7 days. So 11 temporary HP on Tattle, sorry, only.
And I think Admiral Sharn, yeah. And Admiral Sharn.
And Admiral Sharn. Admiral Sharn is unconscious, so can't get the benefit of temporary HP.
Funny?
I don't believe temporary HP brings you back up from 0.
It doesn't bring you back up, but it does stop you taking more damage.
I'm just going to double check that. No, yeah, temporary HP definitely doesn't. But yes, that temporary HP boost will stop like massive damage from killing Admiral Sharn. So that is definitely good to apply. Yeah, very good point. Okay. We go over then to Hobgoblin A. Hobgoblin A is down here and is seeing this fight and is like, bit spicy, but I think we've got this, right? So Hobgoblin A is going to... Yeah, is gonna strike. Does this have to be melee? It doesn't have to be melee, so it's gonna strike Stonk. So Hobgoblin has a feature that's a little bit similar to Stonk's feature, but it's not time-based, called Martial Advantage, where if you're next to an ally of the Hobgoblin and they hit you with a weapon, they do extra damage. So yeah, longbow strike against Stonk. That is an 11 to hit.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. Hobgoblin A is going to, I think, then use its movement to run out of here. Like that. Where you can see everyone else. Goblin Archer B is up next. Goblin Archer B is one of these on the walls. Yeah, this one here.
How does he get down?
He was on the ground.
Oh, okay.
He was on the ground. That's why he was hidden earlier, is because he was hidden by the walls. Goblin Archer B is right next to Stonk, which is not great for archers. They don't do well when they're right next to enemies. Goblin Archer B is going to disengage as a bonus action and move through here, and that's literally the full movement they can do. And is then going to try and shoot an arrow at a Freein, I think. It's going to be a really... No, it's going to have to be a Stonk. I don't think they could see you because they've got this 40-foot drop to get to. It's going to have to be a Stonk, I think. So this is going to be a short bow at relatively close range. And we'll see what happens.
And through a water elemental.
The water elemental's still at the bottom, near the bottom of the ladder. That is a 15 to hit Stonk.
Doesn't do it.
Doesn't do it. Okay, you're fine. Another arrow just sails past. You're getting quite the haircut. It's Admiral Sharn's go. Time for a death saving throw. That is a 10, which is a pass.
Hey.
And over to Stonk.
Okay. I had a few thoughts about this situation. But I was thinking like the Nilbog is possessed by trickster spirits.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. They've got this sort of trickster spirit, this fey trickster spirit that embeds them. It's kind of like the Joker, yeah, they that grants the Nilbog this tricksy magic.
It's sort of like a warlock, but really annoying.
Yeah, just like a
Like-
warlock.
Yeah, like a warlock.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because Stonk does have 6 favors from insomnia, and I was wondering if Stonk could use those favors to try to like get rid of the trickster spirits that are possessing.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yes.
I love the
That's
sounds
amazing.
of this. So what you get to do for this is you get to roll as many of the favors as you want. So each favor becomes a d20, right? To get what you want, you need a 20. But you have 6, so that's 6 d20. 120 out of 6 rolls is not actually that improbable. It's not like guaranteed, but it's not that improbable. And then divine intervention occurs.
Okay, is that an action or a bonus action?
That is an action, yeah.
Okay. Well, Stonk is going to move right up next to the Nilbog and then do that. Try to exercise him of sorts.
Yeah,
By
I like
calling
this.
upon insomnia.
The power of Stonk compels you. No, I love this. This is great. Yeah, roll 6 or up. Well, choose how many are you spending? How many are you spending?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw 6 at this, or at least
Roll 6. Okay, yeah. Roll me 6 d20s, and if any of them are 20, you succeed.
the first 2 aren't. The third is
There we go. You can stop rolling the rest. I mean, you've spent them. You have to spend them all in one go. Or you spend them the moment you spend them is what I mean. But you succeed. So insomnia. Let me think how insomnia manifests this, because each god manifests differently when these things happen. So insomnia, I think, yeah, okay. So what's going to happen is a cloud of stars appears around Rokko, and the stars turn into tiny pinpricks of light that pull strands of golden light out of Rokko and into these stars, almost like miniature black holes sucking out a star's energy. And Rokko gradually, like the coloration of Rokko fades as well. Like Rokko's like pigmented like a clown, and that fades and returns to a goblin. And you hear in your head, Stonk, you hear the voice of insomnia, which is an interesting voice. It's not one voice, it's many voices. It's hundreds of voices speaking at once. And it says to you, what's it going to say to you? Is it going to say this now? Yeah. Grant the world dreams, my champion. And then in a flash of light, Rokko is there looking like a goblin, like the rest of the goblins. There's no clown makeup on or anything like that. The scepter withers into ash and that floats away. And you're looking at a normal goblin.
Well.
Stonk.
Oh,
That was pretty damn cool.
Stonk, once again, the best character in the campaign.
That was really cool, Stonk. You're stood in front of a normal goblin. The rest are looking a little shaken by this. In fact, I'm going to do a quick roll to see if any of them flee. Goblin archers staying there, foolhardy. Okay. Hobgoblin B is going to really risking. Will they die if they do? No. They're trapped here at the moment by a water elemental, so none of them are fleeing. I was thinking, like, if they jump down, that's 4d6. They will die. So at the moment, they're staying where they are. but they are looking a little shaken. That was a great move, Stonk. We're going to go to Admiral Sharn.
Just going to give bardic inspiration to Tattle.
I feel like I already did Admiral Sharn, so. And bardic inspiration to Tattle. Excellent. Okay. Over to Goblin Archer E, who is over here. So there's some Goblin Archers on the other tower, and they're looking at all of this like, this isn't right. I'm going to shoot you. Which, you know, when you've got a bow, every problem looks like a pincushion. And I think the only person they can see again is Stonk. Oh, they can see the owl. Archer E is going to fire at the owl.
A majestic creature, surely.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Anyway, that is 16 to hit the majestic creature.
Wait, let me just double check. Armor class 11 plus the level of the spell, so that's that hits.
Okay, so that is going to be 4 points of piercing damage. How much health has it got?
Actually, quite a bit.
Yeah,
20 points.
20?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yep, and that's and that's and that's because the air is kind of fragile. If it was land or water, it'd have 30.
Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, It's Archer H, who is all the way over here on this. This is a higher up. This is a 60-foot tower at the center. Is going to fire a short bow. Actually, this one probably being on the central tower has a long. No, they don't use longbows. This one's got a short bow. It's a small creature. They can't use longbows. So it's going to fire at disadvantage at Stonk this time, I think. I don't think they can see the owl realistically from here, but at disadvantage against Stonk. That is a 12 to hit, so that's not going to hit Stonk.
No.
Then Archer F, I think, is going for the owl. That's going to hit, because that was higher than last time.
Yeah.
And that is 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's actually quite nasty.
Yeah, that was max. That was I got lucky there. Then over to Hobgoblin B. Hobgoblin B's up here with Stonk. Hobgoblin B, can you reach? Have you got reach on this? No, you haven't got reach on this. It's gonna have to be the longbow from like devastatingly close range. But yeah, that's how it works. All right, longbow attack from the Hobgoblin.
Wasn't the Hobgoblin terrified?
Yes. So I tell you what, I will give it disadvantage on this one. Well, I've rolled an 18 and a 19, so I'm pretty sure I'm afraid.
Yeah, that one does fit.
Its martial advantage kicks in, so it will deal an additional 2d6.
Oh, wow.
So that is going to be 9 points of piercing damage. It's the longbow arrow. Bonk, straight into your armor.
Doesn't even get through the temporary hit points.
No, you're doing fine. You're like, for someone who's soloing an entire tower full of enemies, you're actually doing great.
They're goblins and they're archers. I didn't think they would be in the best position.
Yeah, no, I mean, the hobgoblins are the ones that you'd not want to face in melee, and you happen to have managed to put the squishy archer in front of them so that they can't attack in melee, so you're doing great, honestly. Over to Imp, who's under a tree at the moment.
Yes, I am. I'm unmuted. Okay. I'm thinking that...
Darling, it's better down with a shelter under the tree.
We just dealt with the Nordmark, and these are just goblins. We could clear out this entire castle. Yeah, it wants a castle now. So I'm going to longbow, I think.
Okay, I like it. Through the tree, or?
No, I'll have to move this one. I'm just trying to find my arrows. There they are. Good. Okay. Yeah, I will. Question: this wall thing by here, is this high?
That is 10 feet.
That's 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Can I climb it?
You can definitely climb it. It'll cost you 20 feet of movement, of course. But yeah, you can totally climb it. Yeah.
So that would be like 20 foot up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shoot it from there.
Totally. That sounds good to me.
Okay, happy days. I'll roll D20. Oh, now that went on a journey, but I think it hits because it is a 19 total.
19 hits, yeah. Roll damage.
Hold up, I just need a D8. Just need a D8. There we go. 7 piercing then.
7 piercing is again enough to kill a goblin. So this siege engine is now unoccupied.
I'm not going to bother trying to roll for that. But I have seen that Rokko has lost all of his color. Looks a sickly kind of green.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call up to the Walder Elemental.
Okay.
King's not a king anymore. Kill the goblins. And with that order, the water elemental is going to up the remainder of the thing. I don't know how much movement that would take. It was only 5 foot up the ladder.
It would take 70 feet of movement to get up there.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
It's a 40 foot high ladder.
So I move up 15.
Yeah.
It moves up 15 towards us.
I mean, you can dash to do another 15.
Oh, yeah, no, sure. Absolutely. So it's
so
almost at the very top.
Yeah, you're now 35 feet up, so you got 5 feet more to go. I'll put that on the altitude checker so we can check that. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. There we go. Stonk, help is on the way. Not that you need it.
Okay.
Well, you might do. 4 goblins.
Artillerists C and D are being harried by an owl. So they're going to pause reloading and try and deal with the owl. What altitude's the owl, Tattle?
I'm gonna say the owl's probably still like in the air, so
Okay.
I guess it probably hasn't really gone. Oh no, I suppose it's probably going to be sort of swooping a bit at them, so maybe like 30 feet, because it started at 40 feet altitude, so it's probably come down a bit, but not quite.
It doesn't
attack them yet.
Hugely matter actually now I look at the stat block, because both their short range and long range weapon do exactly the same amount of damage and have the same plus to hit. So
okay.
Yeah, so they're going to use the short bow instead of the scimitar, and so we'll do C first. C strikes with a 17 to hit, and D strikes with a natural 1, so that one misses. Does 17 hit? I think it did.
Yeah, because AC's 13.
Yeah, okay, so that is going to be 5 points of piercing damage, as it's a short bow. But they've interestingly not reloaded the siege engine, so can't reuse that.
I've actually got a question. Would my owl have benefited from Afrian's healing burst thingy?
No, it's never been within 10 feet of Afrian.
Okay, never mind then.
You have to be within 10 feet of Afrian to get the benefit. Goblin Archer A. Goblin Archer A is going to do what Goblin Archer A does best: shoot at Stonk with disadvantage because it's scaredy. Let's see how badly we do. Badly. That's not going to hit. That's a 13 to hit.
Yeah, no.
Goblin Archer A still can't get any further away because there's still a water elemental on the goddamn ladder. We go to Rokko, who's now a goblin. And Rokko is very scared and confused by this. And doesn't have a scimitar, so doesn't have the normal weapons. I think Rokko is going to disengage. This is, you know what? Yeah. This is a weird one. Disengage is a bonus action. Jump into the air, down through the water elemental, Vroom. Slowing his fall, and then falling 35 feet below that. Should have done this last turn, actually, now I think about it, when it was at the bottom, like a nice soft thing to land in. So it's going to take some falling damage.
Does the water elemental get an attack of opportunity?
No, because falling is forced movement, technically speaking.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Is
a
it
weird
forced
one.
movement speed bump?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, mental note on that one. For Guild of Icon players, I'm sure, because most of them have access to flight now. Although I will usually count that as flight if you fall on purpose and then fly at the bottom. I'm counting that as flight. I just need you all to know that. Takes 6 points of damage, so it's still up, actually, amazingly. With one hit point left.
Question, Nick. Would Featherfall count as flight?
No. Jumping and casting Featherfall, that's fine. That's great. No, that would be okay. So yeah, Rokko's down at the bottom, stumbles out of the water elemental. Oh no, it's not actually touching the water elemental. He's going to run into the keep and dash into the keep. And you hear him shout, "Help! Invaders!" Over to Tattle.
I wonder if Rokko's even going to get recognized as an authority figure anymore.
Roll me an insight, please.
Okay. 15.
You know, you're starting to think that maybe that wasn't Rokko.
Ah.
Question mark?
You know that whole bit where he shouted about how he
thought
wasn't
it meant
the king?
I thought that meant there is no king. Like
No.
goblins have democracy or something.
Rokko sent his jester in his place in case someone had brought a bow.
Can't believe he was clowning on us.
Yes, he absolutely was clowning on all of you.
Anyway, while Tattle finds this hilarious, hear her laughter. Hobgoblin Ace certainly can.
Those watching the stream, by the way, will have seen me go in and rename the court jester to Rokko before bringing it out, so they'll know that I genuinely did that and I was not making this up.
Okay, so om nom nom.
Yeah, absolutely. Time for eating.
Ooh, I critted.
Wait, sorry, what animal did you turn into? What size are you?
A giant hyena.
You should be large.
Yeah,
we should be embiggening. There we go. And then we get the proper effect of how scary this really is right now. There we go.
Yep, so that's a crit. Oh my gosh. You know what this means? 46 plus 3 piercing damage. It's like I'm playing a rogue again.
By God. That hobgoblin is broken in half. How much health they got? Yes.
Okay, got a couple of ones there. It's 16 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that is a dead hobgoblin.
You know what makes this even better?
What?
The giant hyena has the rampage ability. So now this hits now that Tattle has reduced a creature to 0 hit points of melee attack on her turn. Wow, that's a lot of specific wording. I can now make a bonus action to move half my speed and make a bite attack. Is there anything within... Wait, what's my movement speed? My movement speed is 50 feet, so I can move up to 25 feet.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, they're just out of your reach. They're just out, I'm afraid. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Well, you know, it isn't out of their reach. My owl's going to go for Goblin Artillerist D.
Yeah, absolutely. Destroy it.
Which I still argue should be the name of an anime.
It does sound like one, doesn't it?
Does an 11 hit?
No, I'm afraid not. So they're wearing leather armor and that covers them from it. It's bad luck for the owl. Okay, we go to Ephraim, I think.
We do.
A free and Imp has just cleared up the artillery piece here, so no one is defending it. So you've pretty much got an open field. Admiral Sharn is still bleeding out. Up at the top, obviously Stonk has done religious nonsense and unnilbogged a nilbog, which I still think is the coolest thing that's happened in Nordmark so far, possibly. I don't know, there's some pretty cool things have happened, but that's damn cool. And yeah, you've got the field. What are you gonna do?
But gosh, there's so many things to do. I think what I'm gonna do is, it's annoying, but he's worth more alive than dead. So I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. You cast Cure Wounds on Admiral Sharn. How much do you end up giving back?
12.
Okay. His eyes bolt open and he looks at you and you can hear this sort of gurgling in his throat. And he gets right back up.
What?
Draws a sword and he's like, "It's time. Let's show them who's best." You still have your movement as well.
I do. How many temp hit points does he have?
He currently has, I think, they're weird. They don't technically apply in this way. I was increasing his max HP for in case of max damage, but technically he wouldn't actually get temporary hit points from having 0. So technically he has none.
Okay, well then I'll do the thing again.
Okay.
Magic cannon time. 9 hit points.
9 hit, but that's
9
good. Yeah.
Points. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's more than double his hit points. So yeah, Admiral Sharn's feeling great. Admiral Sharn's ready to go. Okay. Yeah, amazing. I love it. That's a fantastic turn. We go to Goblin Archer B. Goblin Archer B is seeing Mad King Rokko drop to the bottom and run away, is thinking maybe this is a smart move and is going to try and replicate that. He's going to jump and go through the water elemental and take 3d6 falling damage. Actually not much this time. Oh no, actually exactly as much as not Admiral Sharn, as much as King Rokko took, and so has 1 hit point remaining. So that's Goblin Archer B. Okay. Drops to the ground and is going to basically try to get out of here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Disappears from view over there. Then we go to Admiral Sharn. Da, 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 da. It runs 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, bonus action dash, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sees the Goblin Archer up there, sees Stonk up there as well, shouts, "Bard, sing me one of your songs, and it better be about the courageous Admiral Sharn." Draws a short bow and fires it at Goblin Archer A. Oh my god. That's a 20. You stupid.
Admiral
Okay.
Wait, a natural 20.
Yeah. Admiral Sharn is Chaos Incarnate. Deals exactly 7 points of damage. Goblin Archer A falls off the parapet going, ah! Lands on the ground dead.
Wilhelm, no!
Yeah, it does a Wilhelm scream. Lands on the cobbles dead, and Admiral Sharn goes, "I've done it! I will be king of this castle!" Over to Stonk. Stonk, everyone's running away from you. But you do still have up here Hobgoblin B. And you can also see the Goblin archers to the south if you move over to this rampart. If you drop down, you'll be able to chase after Mad King Rokko as well if you want to. Well, absolutely not Mad King Rokko.
Just this jester. But
yeah, the jester is his jester. I'll change that from saying absolutely not Rokko now to Rokko's jester so that we can track that a bit better.
Rokko's jester is down to 1 HP?
Down to 1 HP, yeah, but on the ground 40 feet down. I will update the altitude as well to reflect that. So you're gonna need to get down here. There is a ceiling over this passageway to the right. So you're going to need to get down on the ground to see through this tunnel. This is like an enclosed over tunnel.
I'm just trying to think of... Oh yeah, I was thinking about using Vicious Mockery from where I was standing, but I need to be able to see.
Yeah, one technique that's worked shockingly well for the goblins so far is to jump through the water elemental and and then fall. You will take 3d6 bludgeoning damage when you land, but it does seem to work. I've just dropped one of those d6. I've now pushed the d6 into my chair wheel. It's never coming back.
Yeah, I think Stonk is so fed up with this jester that he's going to
drop down and Vicious Mockery him. Yeah. Okay, so
see what to do.
If you're dropping down, yeah, you will take 3d6 bludgeoning damage. Technically speaking, jump is still active on you, actually.
Oh.
So the weird thing about jump is it doesn't prevent falling damage, but I will allow you to do an Avengers style 3-point landing because you've got jump active. Yeah, so let's have a look. How much damage you take? You are going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's...
You land. You take that all in the knees. But yeah, you're down here and you've got a good eye on Rokko's jester. Do you want to do Vicious Mockery?
Do I have a better option to...
I mean, all you've got to do is hit, and no matter what you use, all you've got to do is hit. I will say Vicious Mockery would be a little bit more thematic, but you can choose whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if there's something that would guarantee it more.
I will say it is now officially a goblin. It hasn't got the Nilbog stats anymore.
Yeah, no, that's... Dissonant Whispers is also a wisdom saving throw.
That's a whole spell slot, though.
Yeah,
For
we'll
1
just
HP. You might need that later. You know this isn't the king.
So, Stonk is going to move a bit closer.
Okay.
So he has full sight of the jester and he shouts them, "No longer shall you mock me, you little puny goblin who is no longer any real significance."
Excellent. By the way, as you stepped here, you saw, this is the only time you would have been able to see it, there's definitely something big in there.
Uh-oh.
They have an ogre. But yes, Vicious Mockery, a great mocking. I love it. Let me do a save for Rokko's jester, the bane of everyone. Hang on, let me check the wisdom modifier. Oh, it's a 4. I think that fails.
Yeah, that definitely fails.
I mean, you could roll the damage if you want. It's guaranteed death. Because 1 HP left. But you could roll the damage to see exactly how potent this death is if you would like.
3 psychic damage.
3 psychic damage. Amazing. Rokko's jester collapses. Heart gives out from the psychic damage that he's just taken. The insult there. Gone. Yeah, Stonk, great. Like, You know what? To hell with it. You have inspiration again. That was fantastic. I loved it.
And going to give bardic inspiration to Admiral Sharn.
Yes, Admiral Sharn as bardic inspiration. Perfect. I'm gonna take one of these notes so I can keep track and just say bardic inspiration. There you go.
You could put his bonus HP on there too if you want.
I'm tracking that on my initiative tracker, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, we've got 3 more goblin archers. The ones off to the south here, they're going to take their strikes. They now have a priority target in Tattle as opposed to the owl. So they're going to fire at Tattle. The distance is still... Is the distance beyond long? Is the distance long? No, the distance is still short range for them. It's 80 feet for it. So actually, I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna double check the calculations. Just because it could be, it's pretty close. Tattle, 75 feet away. It is close, but you're within. So E and F are gonna fire 2 short bow strikes against you. The first one misses. The second one might hit. It is a 19. Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna hit. First one's 7, so it's definitely not hitting. Okay. That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. That arrow goes straight into your flank. And the other one just clashes against the rock next to you, clashes against the stone. And Goblin Archer H is going to fire with disadvantage from all the way over there. So it's going to be difficult. Oh, no, that's not going to hit. That's a natural 2. So a second one clashes against the stones. But yeah, this volley is heading towards you now. It's coming thick and fast. And we go to Hobgoblin B. Hobgoblin B is dead, I think. Is that one dead? No, that one's still up here. I forgot. It's still up here. This one, I don't know. It's going to ready. No, it's not going to ready an action because I intend to end this session right after this turn. So it's definitely not readying an action. That would be work for me. It is going to try and shoot Admiral Sharn with a bow.
Does Admiral Sharn get cover from the large elemental that's in the way?
It's going to move such that it doesn't. And then it is going to strike Admiral Sharn with the longbow. Right, let's have a look. Okay. Hold on a sec. I need to do some maths here.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
So that's a 17 to hit. Admiral Sharn's AC is 15, but Admiral Sharn has bardic inspiration from Stonk, who is a Valor Bard, which means you can roll it and add it to AC. Stonk, what size is your bardic inspiration die? Is it D6 at the moment? Stonk?
Sorry, yes, it is a D6.
Yep, a D6. Okay, so I'm going to roll a D6 and we'll see. It's a 4. That increases the AC above. So the bardic inspiration is spent. So basically that inspiring jingle from Stonk, it's sped up. Admiral Sharn is energized, and eyesight is so much better. Sees it, dives to the side. It's sort of in a form of, you know when you're playing a computer game sometimes and it's just going really well and you feel like you're in that flow, right? That flow state where everything is just going right. That is what is happening for Admiral Sharn right now. Sees the arrow, dives to the side, and it's just like, this is, everything is intentful and purposeful for Admiral Sharn. And that longbow arrow clatters against the cobbles and misses. We're going to go to the top of the round and stop there, and we will continue this next session. As the rest of the castle will soon be joining the fight.